What is going on, managers, and welcome back again for another replication of a manager. And today it is Arsene Wenger, his invincible 4-4-2, where he went the full Premier League without losing a game. So we're going to have a look at it, see if we can emulate it with this Arsenal side that they've got now, and also if it would work in this modern age of football. So let's get straight into the video and check out this tactic. So guys, before we get into the tactic, make sure you hit a like and hit the subscribe on this channel and video. It means absolute world to me. We're pushing for 800. Hopefully we can get that rather sooner than later. Be awesome if you can. But guys, as you can see, we have ran the 4-4-2 here with Arsenal, and as you can see there, Gabriel Jesus managed to get 52 goals in the season for us, which is quite incredible in my eyes. We did finish third, couldn't quite grasp the top of the table with Manchester City and Liverpool. Couldn't quite keep up with Manchester City. They were just too good for us in my highs. Martin Odegaard as well, gaining us 27 assists. If you can see down here, we did score 78 goals, which was the third best in the league. We managed to concede 46, which was the sixth best, which is not too bad. 55 yellow cards as well, keeping that low. Yellow cards, I like that a lot. I did like that a lot. So we're just going to go through some of the tactics, show you what's happened, some of the stats as well, with it to show you the Premier League here. We only lost 8 games all season, and we pretty much lost to a couple of the big boys. But as you can see there, Man City ran it away with 28 wins all season. It's absolutely crazy. That's a lot of wins, that is. We managed to gain the 21. But I'll show you some statistics here that you can see. Just conceded, which we already know where we are anyway. We were sixth best with that one with 46. Interesting to see that, like, Crystal Palace only conceded 43 goals this whole season. It was just one of them crazy seasons. Dribbling, we were sixth as well, 721. Possession, we weren't that good with possession. Our average possession was 52%. It was above average and having more than the opposition most games. But still, for me, it was just a little bit less than what I wanted it to be. I would like to a little bit more up. Shots against as well, we had a lot of shots against us, 498, which is never a good thing as well. There you can see third with 78 goals, not too bad. Shots as well, we had most shots, 537, just a little bit, 200 off the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool as well. But considering we're up there, we've just meant that we took our chances very well. Tackles won as well for us. We were 12th with 781. I would like to be a little bit higher there, but it's just one of them things where we kind of got the ball back from loose balls or mistakes of the opposition. We finished 5th in the league as well for clean sheets, getting 12, 7 less than Manchester City, but still 12 is very impressive for this one as well. We were one of the favourites for cross completed. We managed to complete 220 crosses, which in my eyes is pretty good, getting a 20% cross completion, which is also good as well for us. So I'm quite happy with that one. So try and flick through here, see what stuff we've got. As we have passes completed, we have 19,000, which was nice as well. Chances created, we created 142, so we come away with 56. We were taking pretty much 50% of our chances that we created. We were putting them in the back of the net, which is good to see. Shots for, which I already showed, with 535, and our shots on target was 227. So we were averaging less than half of our shots on target. Not a good sign for us. Need to improve that. But our shots on target ratio was 42%, which we were just on about there. That's the proper ratio of it. So we need to be a little bit better in my eyes at that, a bit more clinical. Our conversion rate was 14%, so we were the highest in the league, making sure our chances did cost, and we were the best. So shots per game, we were averaging 14. I thought we could be a little bit higher than that, try and create more chances. Fouls against, we were really low with 448. Just, it was a weird, very weird way that the tactic was. We'll get into the tactic in a little shortly, but that's just how it was. Dribbling, 721 like we said before, and then the average was 18.97 dribbles. Not too bad. We lost possession quite a lot, as we were 19th, which is awful in my eyes, because we lost the possession the most there. Somehow I don't know how we have managed to maintain where we are in the league, but that is just how we were. Now, our final third passes was 2,283. On the defensive side, one of our big things was we maintained possession. We won the possession back the most in any of the league. So although we were poor on the possession lost, we actually won the possession back as well, just as much as we lost it. So it kind of evens it out, but still, I would prefer if you could really tweak this tactic and get it working absolutely perfectly by not losing the possession you would be a very strong side here. And there you go, talking about them interceptions. So it wasn't really the tackling, it was more of winning the ball back through possessions, cutting the passing lane, don't letting them have these chances. As you can see there, with 1,205 interceptions, the second highest in the league. That's big for us. Passes in the final third as well, we were sick with only 1,894, 300, pretty much less than any other, more than any other side. So there is swings and roundabouts. We need to improve this. We need to start getting it a little bit better, but I think that this tactic might not suit the players that we have in this team. That's just one thing that I feel. But we're going to have a look at the XG here. As you can see, we're averaging 2 goals per game, which isn't too bad. The expected goals were above with 1.72, 14 shots on target, and then the shots on target ratio with 42%, which is nice. Dribbles above average in the league as well with 18. Cross completion was 17% as well, which was nice considering that's above the league as well. Pass completion was 86%. I like it to be a little bit higher. I like that. Something for me, I just like to be a little bit higher on the pass completion, but that's just the way it is and how it was and how the tactic worked. Fouls against was 11 per game. I would have liked a little bit more. That frustrated the opposition a little bit more, but unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And then if you have a look at the defensive one, we were conceding 1.21 goals per game, less than expected of the 1.5. Tackles attempted per game was 27, just above the average of the league there. Tackles won was 73%, just below the average of the league. But our interceptions of 31 per game was mental, and our blocks per game was way above the average of the league as well by game. That's 7.34. So the clearances weren't quite there. As you can see, we were averaging just 8 compared to the 11 on average for the league. So that's not a problem at all. We didn't allow them to have the shots, but getting into our area kind of was a little bit of an issue there. Fouls made per game was 11, way above. Well, we were just below average, sorry. So the average was 13. So we were below average on the fouls per game, which is nice as well. That's why we didn't concede so many yellow cards, only 55 for the whole year, which was 9th best in the league, where normally we're in the hundreds when we normally create tactics. So that is a big positive there from us. So I'm going to show you what we kind of won, how we went about it as well. So now I know you finished third, but we did win the Europa League as some sort of success as well. We got to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we got knocked out to the third round of the Carabao Cup against West Ham. Not really my favourite competition. It's kind of one I don't focus on more than anything, but a little bit miffed off that we did get knocked out of the FA Cup against Brighton there. But a Europa League win is absolutely massive. It gains the Champions League and the Champions League, but it just shows that we can perform with this tactic right now. So that's good to see. If we go through some of the results as well, we didn't start off too good. As you can see there, Crystal Palace and Brentford, we started very poor, 2 away games as well, but we bounced back with a massive win against Newcastle, 7-0. Beat Manchester City, which is always nice to do. Bournemouth we beat, Everton we beat, Carabao we beat, Leeds we beat, and we lost. After going away in Europe, we lost Aston Villa, drew 1-1 with Chelsea away from home, which was a good result. Back into European action, then beat Manchester United at home, which is a great result. Beat Brighton 2-1, lost 3-0 away from home though against Liverpool. 2-2 in the North London derby, beat Wolves. Some good results in here. 0-0s, unfortunately, with Nottingham Forest and Fulham, not what you want to see. Then we had a very good run, as you see, all through December and January and February as well. We beat Chelsea 4-1 as well. Huge result. Then we kind of went on a bit of a slippery slope. Once again, an away leg in Europe. We come back, we lose. Lost 1-0 away to Rangers, but we did absolutely spank them on a home leg 4-1. Then we went away in the Cup final, then lost to Fulham, which was not. And then we kind of had a bad run, I think, down here. This is just what cost us our position in the league more than anything. We beat Notts Forest, beat PSV 4-0, drew 1-1 with Leeds. Away from home Europe, we lost 2-0. Brentford got all 6 points off us, I think. So that's gutted. But we did beat Liverpool 4-3 at home, which was a nice result as well. Brighton, we beat 2-0. Man City at home, we lost. But we did beat Borussia Dortmund 5-1 in the Europa League semi-final. Manchester United then did beat us 2-1, but we lost 3-1 against Dortmund on the away leg of the Europa League. Beat Everton, beat Bournemouth, and then we beat Benfica 3-1 in the Europa League final, which is crazy that we got results from this. So I'm going to show you the tactic to show you how everything is going, and it is simple, an attacking 4-4-2. So what you'd see with Wenger was the 4-4-2, and we're talking Dennis Bergkamp days, Thierry Henry. So as you can see at the top there, Martinelli has become the Dennis Bergkamp of the team, playing as that DLF, whilst Jesus is playing as that Thierry Henry kind of style there. So Martinelli's going to drop back into the play, get the ball up, pick it up, and just create some stuff, just like Dennis Bergkamp did as well, and it just helps out massively. So ineffectively, when we are attacking, he kind of drops back down here, and it kind of switches into a 4-2-3-1 because Martinelli drops back, tries to get the ball off the opposition, and then pushes forward as well. And then you have your inverted wingers and your wingers on the side there, pushing in and trying to get involved into the game. So it's kind of like a 4-2-3-1 when we are breaking down, but we can push and go into a 4-2-4 when we are ultra attacking as well. Arsenal would also press as well. Arsene Wenger introduced the press. I'm not going to say it's like the modern days press where it's just full-blown gegenpress all day, but he just pressed to try and put them off. And as you can see with the interceptions that we got with our tactic, this allowed us. So we just played with a high line and a high line of a defensiveness with much more often pressing, just because it kind of replicates the modern day football. As back then, I couldn't really put much, but I wanted to put pressing on. So I think the match engine kind of emulated pressing, but Arsenal pressed as well. I hope this will make sense. So Arsenal pressed in their own way, but I can't replicate their press, so I just put more pressing on in the match engine of modern football. So that's why we have got more press on there as well. So the midfielders of the two pivots are, so you've got Patrick Vieira in there and Gilberto Silva, two phenomenal centre mids in that team as well. So you know that they can just sit in front of the DM. You could really play them here because that's kind of the role that they would play. It's like two DMs. So I put one as a ball-winning midfielder and then another one as a box-to-box to get further forward and get up there as well. Either one could play either role. That's the joy of this Arsenal side. So if one does push up there, the other one can sit back and be that ball-winning midfielder, and if one goes up there, the other one does as well. So kind of what we've done here, we introduced a ball-winning midfielder. I only put it on the left-hand side purely because Martin Odegaard kind of isn't that ball-winning midfielder, so I can't really put him on that. I just put him on the box-to-box to get forward. He kind of becomes the creator of what we've got there and just introduces it, and that's why he got 23 assists for the whole season there. So they can kind of switch the roles with Wenger, but what we did is we kind of locked him in the roles that I wanted them to play, purely because Odegaard can't play as that ball-winning midfielder in my eyes. So that's just why we played that like that. So another reason why we played that high line, Arsenal were known for the Arsenal offside trap. So they kind of played that high line because, one, they know they have the speed behind them as well, which allowed them to sit up a little bit. So we've played that line as well because we've got some brilliant plays in there for speed. We've got Zinchenko in there, we've got Gabriel, Salvia, and then also we have the right backs there. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Tomiyasu. I hope I said that right. I did try to pronounce it. Hopefully I got it right. If not, I'm sure you guys in the comments will let me know. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if I got that wrong. And what they would do with that as well, that would probably be Sol Campbell and Kolo Touré as well. Just mopping up there as well. If one goes a little bit forward, the other one sits back, and vice versa. They both cover that area to allow them to mop up, sweep up, and just get that ball cleared away when needed to be. The fullbacks would be Lauren and Ashley Cole. They were very attacking players there. We've put them on wingbacks because back then it would be fullbacks and they would be free-flowing attacking fullbacks. So what I've done is I've put them on wingbacks because that allows them to get forward, and what I've also done as well is put them on overlap so they can run down and get into the wings as well. This is absolutely phenomenal what they do, and this is why we got so much cross completion and so many crosses into the box, because we've got these guys pushing over, overlapping and overloading the wings. So we've got so many options there to play the ball into the box if we need to, or even just make a pass into the center, which we'll find Odegaard or Nelson could be there as well. Saka could be in there either side. There is so many options that these guys could have by getting that overload and just pushing around and just overlapping it whenever they. And with the centre-halves pushing up as well, we have put Ramsdale as the sweeper keeper. Jens Lehmann would have played as the sweeper keeper as well. So we've pushed it there as well. Kind of like Neuer, introducing like that German heritage of running out for the ball. Oliver Kahn did it as well. That little bit more aggressive bravery from them. Exactly the same with Jens Lehmann there. Going to get pushed up. Going to be that sweeper keeper. Allow the defenders to push up a little bit further up. And then they can get the ball through as well. Like I was saying with the defenders as well. He was allowed to push up a little bit. That's why we got Saliba on as a ball-playing defender, because he can push out with the ball as well, push into midfield if he wants to, whilst Sol Campbell or Gabriel will sit back and just mop up there if he needs to get forward. And then we have Saka and Nelson, who would be our Pires and our Ljungberg as well. I've got Saka as the inverted winger, which Ljungberg kind of done. He can get into the ball. He can be very aggressive as well. He can also push in there. Same with Pires. Pires can do the exact same as well as Ljungberg. Maybe a little bit better, people would say, but the option there, they can both play either sides. Personally, I felt like they could both play either sides as well, so you can swatch and change them if you needed to as well. But we just introduced kind of Saka and Nelson in there. I did rotate a lot of times. I did like Fabian Vieira in there as well. Just sometimes rotation needed to be in hand to allow us to play these games. So Vieira was a fantastic right midfielder as well for us, so that's definitely something we can look into, and definitely I would recommend, if you are going to use this tactic, use Vieira over Nelson. Personally, that's just what I would say, recommend or suggest if you're going to play him as that attacking winger for sure. And that's pretty much the kind of attack, guys. So as you can see there with the tactic, these guys can get forward as well with the box-to-box. Kind of introduces that 5 attack there, but these front 4 kind of have that creative flowness and just creativeness that they're allowed to just do what they want. There was freedom in there as well. So when they attacked with flair. You saw it as well. So I've got a bit of pass in the space so they can try and find these right passes here, there, and everywhere. It just works so well for them, so that's why we've gone with it. You've seen the results as well, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that we have on, like the in possession, in transition, out of possession. So we have the overlaps on there, pass into space and play the ball out of defense. We like to play the ball out of defense. Wenger like to play that ball, build up the play, but play it with a standard kind of directness of it. So when you do want to find them balls over the top, you can find them with the on-run Thierry Henry, or you can play a higher standard, a higher tempo of football, which allows you to play the ball into Dennis Bergkamp or Martinelli in our tactic to allow them to get the ball. And that's why we've got be more expressive on there as well, because it allowed for that attacking freedom to be there. Let the players do what they want. They've all got the capabilities. They're all very good at what they do. So we'll let them play the way that they do and introduce their own style of football. And what we do with the goalkeepers is we just regroup. We just sat back. I know we like on about the counter press. We just regrouped a little bit, but we still had the press, as you can see there. Here, we still have the press. So just because we regroup when we lose possession, it doesn't mean, oh no, we're not pressing. We do press. We press just at the right time. And that's what it is. We sit back, regroup, and then press and go from there. That's how it kind of works. And that's how it is. And then we distribute and roll out to the centre-halves. So that's easy one for us there. And then we like to say it's a high line of engagement and a higher line of defensive line, because of the ball over the top. We've got the sweeper keeper and we've got the 2 centre-halves that can drop back, get the ball, and it's easier done. And then there's a much more pressing, so we get the ball straight back off them and try and introduce kind of like this, get the ball back once we're in our situated positions of defense to allow us to get the ball back off them and then break when we need to break. But that is the tactic, guys. I'm going to show you a couple of goals like I normally do to show you how I got on with it and the goals that we've scored and why it did so well for us. There you go with the high press. Odegaard straight in with that high press. Martinelli dropping back as that Bergkamp, and there is a goal for the overlapping Thierry Henry, as you would see with Gabriel Jesus. It just worked perfectly there. The press that we had, and then also getting the ball back and finding the gaps there as Thierry Henry, our Jesus, gets the ball nicely done in the centre, and it's just a lovely slot away, perfectly done. It's just well worked, and also a corner as well, as you would see there. Big Sol Campbell probably getting involved in there as Nelson from the edge of the box whips in an unbelievable strike for us. So we're going to use the wingers there, and wing backs getting involved. Odegaard getting through, being that Patrick Vieira there as the ball comes across. A lovely ball as well from Nelson, finds the gap in, and Jesus is just in the right place, reading the minds, reading where the ball's meant to be, just like how Thierry Henry would play there as that advanced forward, just knows where to be, that creativeness, having the expression on there as well to just do what he wants to do. Poor goal there, nicely worked from Dortmund, just caught us out a little bit too easy there. Well, once again, the press, Partey gets the ball, plays it over the top, looking for that break, looking for the attack with that high kind of high tempo of football, finds Jesus in there, slots it away with a great finish, and that's why he got 52 goals. Once again, in their half, we're going to push, try and get the ball off him. There is the high press. That's what we do. Martinelli gets it through, plays a lovely ball. The link up between Martinelli and Jesus has been absolutely phenomenal. And that's what I love about this tactic, because it literally is the Bergkamp and the Thierry Henry link up there. It's absolutely phenomenal. It works so well as well. And Kieran Tierney winning a header, which is mind-blowing. Once again, Martinelli coming deep, getting that ball, introducing himself into the game. Lovely ball over the top to Smith Rowe, who's going to look for the overlap, and there is Jesus gaining the box, gaining the right position, and getting a goal. Another corner getting whipped in, and it's a great header, a great flick on as well. It does a real good job for us there. The distribution's phenomenal as we move the ball down. Look how deep Martinelli is playing compared to our advanced forward there. Martinelli is so deep coming at the ball, playing that Bergkamp role. I keep saying I know, but he just drops back, tries to get introduced into the play as well. And there you see Jesus just in acres of space there, just introducing himself as that threat where they've got to keep hold of him, else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Great ball across as Martinelli gets it, plays it across, and it's a great finish from him as well. That dropping deep, just causing players to spread out and just be a little bit confused as the ball gets played down here. This is how we concede goals as well. This is never nice. It's a nice little play there. Too much space in the box, and they just get lucky with the shot there, and it goes in the back of the net for them. Another corner where it just gets cleared out, and Jesus just hits an absolute unbelievable goal there, which is brilliant to see from him. And then our final goal is going to be from a press, I'm going to guess here, as the ball gets played around. Milner playing left back. No wonder we had a field day against him as they try and move this ball around nicely. An intercepted pass there as Tomisu gets that ball. Great play from him. He's just going to play it down, easily going back to the goalkeeper, playing the sweeper keeper. I know he's not pushing up, but the confidence to go back to the goalkeeper is great to see. Just moving the ball around really well, just maintaining possession as they just pass the ball around. That Arsenal style of football there. Martinelli in his own half, dropping it back, going to look for the ball now. Every player is just comfortable on the ball, passing it, touching it, moving it. Doesn't matter. They don't mind who's got the ball. Simple football is easy football, and it gets you up the field. Look at this football that we played here. Just pass the ball all the way around. I don't know how many passes that was, but Smith Rowe just pushes into the penalty spot, finds Jesus, rifles the ball in the back of the net, and that is how you beat Liverpool with the counter press. You pass it around them. And there is the tactic, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tactic. I hope you give it a whirl. If you do, it'll be in the description. Give it a whirl. I feel like the players are decent, but if you improve the team here, you could really introduce something to you. I think like AC Milan, something like that, this tactic would absolutely fly with them. The plays that they've got with the centre mids, Bedecar and also Tonali as their two midfielders, as well with Rafa Leao involved as the AF being that Thierry Henry. I think you could have a real good season with AC Milan with this tactic. But guys, let me know if you use this tactic down in the comments. Let me know how you get on with it. The link is in the description. You've been absolutely awesome. So please hit the like and hit the subscribe if you enjoy this content and you like what you see, guys. We're also live over at Twitch, www.twitch.tv/take147. You'll see more live content from me. Got a Stoke save where we've just won the Champions League, so get in for the next time. So we are building for the Premiership. So guys, thank you very much for clicking on this video. Spend a little part of your day checking out my content. It means absolute world to me. I'll catch you all next time. Much love and bye-bye.